think I can do that anymore.
Probably not.
I am sore from my neck to my ankles. It's just horrible.
These big truck sleepers are pretty nice, aren't
Well, I'm
they?
telling you, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'd sleep a little while and wake up. My shoulder would be hurting, my wrist, my hands would be asleep. So I was really, this is the way I was sleeping. I was like this, using my fist and my hand as a pillow. And I got a bruise here because I started doing this, I guess.
Aw.
And I'd wake up and I'm like, oh, that's. So it went on and on and on all night long. And I was so tired. I'd only had like 40 minutes sleep the night before. So I couldn't stay awake, but I couldn't sleep either. All day long, it was the same way. And everybody there was. The middle of the night, they moved it down to the bottom, and the guy said, be quieter down here. Okay. Guys, the bumps are metal, so when you get up off of them, they pop, you know. And so and when you lay down on them, they pop again. And some guy was crying. So they took me down there, and I slept really good there for a while. Then they brought about 8 guys in all at one time, and they were still wound up at night. So that woke me up again. But all in all, it was not a horrible experience. I mean, I can no longer say that I ever spent a night in jail. That is over. The days are gone. But I made it till I was 57 before I spent a night in jail. But anyway, you know, they did what they had to do. So, like I told somebody when I came out of the courtroom, if you're in a fight, you really think you're never going to get punched? You'll get punched.
Yes, I know.
Then as I was standing there at the courthouse, giving a press conference like this right here, somebody brings it up and shows me Big D.
Yeah.
Not long after you got released.
What's that?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all.
He was getting released.
They waited outside.
Like
Yeah.
within a
They
minute.
waited outside.
They waited out here, and as soon as you got released, all 3 of them came in, and I knew that one of us was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened to be Big D.
I was looking at the video going, okay, Big D just they cuffed him in the front.
Yeah.
Oh,
were
the
They was nice.
the officers that come
Very-
out, they were just doing their job.
Yeah.
They
Very
got the
professional.
order from above to do it, and they were.
This sheriff and this sheriff's department here in this county.
Very professional.
Awesome. You cannot complain.
You could tell it wasn't nothing they wanted to do.
Right,
It was
right.
just something they was told to do.
I think his experience would be a little better than mine because of where he's at.
And
I
they
do
let
have to
him
go
sign the
to
marriage.
Maryland on Monday, and I turn myself in there. It's not over. You know, that was all that was an extradition hearing. They were Maryland had asked DC to extradite me to.
He was in the middle of marrying these 2 right here.
Yeah, so he's in the middle of officiating.
Yes, these 2 got married, and they didn't do nothing till it was
In
done.
Maryland, and then they come back.
Okay.
And he was officiating it. And then he had to sign the paper, and the sergeant on duty actually got Big D back out of the cop car, pulled his pen out, let Big D use his pen
So he could sign.
it.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah. In his cuffs, yeah.
And he's got
Oh yeah, they love them cuffs, and I like flex cuffs better than I do the metal cuffs. Found that out. In the back of a paddy wagon, no place you want to take a ride.
Yeah.
Is that it? Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Man, they killed him. I thought I was the only one gonna get hit. But,
Do you sign in their license plate from
Can I ask one question? Did you give them permission to move your truck? I just wanted to
I
know.
didn't know anything
Yeah,
about
because the officer that got in it, I thought that was unnecessary.
I thought it was illegal.
illegal? It's
But
illegal.
I thought maybe you gave him permission. I didn't think you would.
it.
Yeah.
I thought they towed it.
No.
No.
It
They-
says it in the papers too that they towed it, but they
I got
didn't.
charged a tow bill.
No, they did not tow it. They drove it off.
Well, now I don't know how many blocks they drove it.
I heard that they drove it to get it out of the area, and then they towed it, but
Yeah, I have the
I
number.
looked and don't see any damage, so.
Okay, good.
You got
I
down.
heard he hit the car in front of me or the truck.
Hit 2 vehicles, yeah.
Well,
We're waiting for video evidence. There's not been any
They got
contact.
the fire truck.
Kimby, I have a picture of him
Why do you
driving
think they
into
waited?
a
If he
truck.
was just talking to Oreo earlier
Brian
this
was
morning in the
parked
booth.
behind him.
Let's break that down. Let's unpack that. Why did they wait until we got to DC? Because they want to shake us.
Yeah.
It's, they could have, the reason they said that they asked DC, they'd done that the night before, the day before. They filed the arrest on the 5th. So they knew we were coming to DC, and they were just waiting because they wanted to disrupt the protest in DC. And so that's, they're playing politics, and that's okay. We knew that stuff was going to happen. We just can't let it shake us, can't let it deter us. Actually, when we were riding to when I was riding to the first stop, I was smiling ear to ear because I was like, "You guys think you're hurting us?
No.
Everything they do to try to hurt us only helps us. It only makes us stronger." And I was like, "You guys think you really just done something? Yeah, you did. But it wasn't for your side.
That makes the Patriots' blood boil.
Yeah,
They see something
yeah.
like that.
You knew we weren't leaving.
Oh, I knew that.
You knew that. It was suggested, but never. Like, no
So,
way.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back down there tonight and see everybody. And
I think that'll be wonderful.
I'm gonna sleep on the way down.
Good idea.
I was running x-rays because, he was doing other things, and it came, somebody, I don't know who it was, it came across behind the building after they'd walked you down. It came across, it said at least 50 police officers is behind that building.
Yeah,
And about that time, there they was.
yeah.
Yeah, they
It
really.
happened. They happened that fast.
Well, when they started walking me out, I saw all these cops come out, and they were, you see, there was concern in their eyes and stuff. And I'm like, what did I do? I thought it was coming after me. Like, what did I do? I've been nothing but peaceful. And then I realized they were looking behind me, and I turned around and I saw everybody running towards us, and I'm like, these two are getting ready to meet, and it's not going to be good. So I yelled back. I forget what I yelled. This is about
Stand down.
Stand down.
Stand down.
Stand down. So
It
yell.
got pretty crazy for a while.
Yeah.
They had SWAT there.
And we've got to address that because
Yeah.
this is not what we want. That is not the face of the movement that we want. I know people are upset. I know people are angry. I think what it was everybody thought I was getting arrested because we were there. I didn't even know until he told me. He came and got me, and he said, "Can we step away from your live stream? So I got something I need to tell you." I thought he was going to give me some information about a threat or something. He said, "I don't think you're on the live stream." And I told Oreo and somebody else's office, I said, "Hang on just a minute." And we got a little bit further up, and he said, "I have a warrant for your arrest for Maryland." And I said, it shocked me. And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "What for?" He said, for the incident on July 4th. Oh, okay. He said, "So I'm going to put you in handcuffs now." I said, "Okay." So I just put my hands behind my back, But they waited, and the reason they gave for waiting to get DC to do it was I don't have a permanent
Resident.
residence. I said,
Next reason DC.
residence is on my license. He says, "Yeah, but you're staying at that camp up there." And I said, "I've stayed at that camp longer than I stay at home. The reason that residence is it's been my business address since 2014 because I'm gone all the time, and I have someone there that can get my mail and if something comes in, they let me know about it." So yeah, it was a poor excuse, but they wanted to do exactly what was done. I'm glad they done it. It worked out perfect. I had 7 live streamers going on. So
You know how many regular TV channels showed up?
I mean,
There was more than that.
Was there?
That-
Channel
they kept
9
coming
was there.
throughout
we're
the
getting ready
day.
to do a video on that
Yeah.
because Oreo told me that he identified a bunch of. See, we were told that press was coming down to talk to us earlier that morning, so I was trying to stay awake until they got there. It's the only reason I was still awake. I was exhausted, and so I thought they were coming. No, they knew this was going to happen. Oreo said they were standing behind and stuff, waiting for that to happen. happened, they start coming out taking pictures. So we're going to identify those cowards and call them out. That's
Call
wrong,
them out.
you know.
That's right.
If all you're wanting to do is just, you know, want to get me getting handcuffed, then you're wrong. You know, there's a message here that we're trying to get out. How about let's do the interview on that. And this is what we're doing now. You know, this is called a protest. Do you know how many times Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested? You know, do you know how many times his people were arrested? You got to be willing to take the hit. Freedom isn't free. We've said that for years. Now we're starting to see that it does cost. We've always said that about our soldiers. It's really about all of us. It's going to cost us something. First time in my life I've ever been arrested. First time in my life. I've not had a speeding ticket since 88 or 89. I've got an overlink ticket from a little town in Illinois that was a scam. Guy sits there and waits for trucks to come down that road so he can make $100 off of them. And I forgot about one the other day. I was talking about it. I was actually telling the officer last night. It dawned on me. I do have one other run-in with the law. It's when I first moved to the home I just sold. It was not from that area, and I had a new shotgun. I wanted to see what the turkey shot was on it, because I wanted to go turkey hunting. And they said, "Oh, we got a shooting range out there." My buddies that lived there got a shooting range out there, so we went out there. There's a cop or a game warden sitting right there. He pulled up while we were shooting, and he's sitting right over there. And I told my buddy, I said, "He's not sitting there for no reason. He's there for a reason." And so my buddy said, "No, shoot one more. Just shoot this one right here. Let's try this one." I was like, man, I felt it in my heart there was something wrong. So I went ahead and loaded it in, pulled up, and I done my shot, and it just started easing over. I was like, uh-oh. What it was just after sundown, and the range closed at sundown. So the guy gets out and he begins to tell me my infraction. I was like, oh, okay, my bad, you know. And again, I'm wrong. Then I looked at his name tag, same last name as my mom's maiden name. I said, "You said of them were you related to?" He said, "All of them." I said, "We're cousins." So we got to find out that my great uncle is his grandfather, and he still wrote me the ticket. And I shook his hand. I said, "Good for you." You know, I don't know him. I mean, I will. The next family reunion we go to, I'll know him. But no, you know, if I'm wrong, I'll take it. But
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
What's happening on Monday? What does that look like for you?
I don't know. I'm really not correct. I am going to try to meet with this detective, and it dawned on me after he left what he was saying. He was asking how he could help us. So I'm going to talk to him tomorrow and see what, you know, maybe he's got a place we can go and do our protest. And I just want them to quit harassing our people. This harassment, I'm telling you, I will step it up in a heartbeat if they keep harassing us. They will not dictate how we protest. They don't dictate anybody else.
When that officer was taking your truck, Shelley fell off that fire truck, and that officer just would have ran over if they hadn't have stopped him. He just kept going. He left the scene of an accident with a woman laying in the middle of the street.
Well, in his defense, when you're in this truck here, you can't see anything in front of you. I mean, it's got to be 6 feet in front of you. Or you're not
But when
seeing.
he was told there was a woman in front of him, and he should have shut it down.
Well, when you got, I'm not defending. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But you know, if I'm in a group of people that are yelling and screaming and cussing,
Not very happy.
yeah,
Yeah, he needed to get out of
Get
there.
out of there as quick as you can too. But you know, we can't be doing that. You know, if I get arrested again or if anybody
Hi,
gets
Brad.
arrested, we've got to stay calm. Take it as an opportunity to put out our message, why we're here, what we're doing, what we hope to achieve. So, I came up with a good line last night when I was talking to the detective too. He said, "Well, that's a big task." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "It's like a big ocean liner. You don't turn it all at once. It's not like a speedboat. It's not like a sea-doo. It's going to take time to turn this, but we can." And I flat told him, I said, "The reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of people out there that want to take the Second Amendment route." And I said, "That's a nuclear option. There's a reason why countries don't want to use their nukes. It's the afterlife. It's not good. Things will never, ever be the same again. And if you think it's hard to get bread and rice, your Zuzus or Wham Whams and your gas right now, could you imagine if it goes to a Second Amendment overthrow of our government? Guys, that's not a good option. It's not a good option, especially when there are ways we can do this where we don't have to use those options. It's there. I believe in the Second Amendment, but we're not at that point yet. We're years and years away from that, in my opinion." And I told him, I said, "What's going to happen?" He agreed with me. I said, "What's going to happen? What I fear is going to happen is there will be an event that will be, people are angry, people are upset, people are tired of this. There's going to be an event that happens that just triggers.
Hi, Iva.
And it's going to be on. And it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be over soon." And I said, "I'm trying to keep that from happening." He said, "Man, I appreciate it." He was just blown away. He thought I was so radical, crazy guy. That's what everybody tells us. Yeah. Nothing radical about me. So that's my fear. That's why
Maybe you woke him up, Santa.
I hope so.
May I ask a question? So, how many jokes did you tell him?
Well, when the guy was taking my mugshot, which I have a mugshot now. Has anybody seen it?
No.
If you get it, I'd like to see it, because you know it's going to be posted.
Oh, yeah.
But when he took my mugshot, he got the 1776 into the frame. And I saw it on the computer. I'm like, "Oh, cool." I realized it was high enough it might make it. I thought that'd be really cool. And he did. He got it about right here. Wow. But then he cropped it and took off part of my beard just to get the 1776 out of it. It's like, really? So then he had me turn left and had me turn right. When I turned back around, those photos were up there. And I told him, I said, "Now I see where my granddaughter gets that big head she's got from." He said, "She got a big head." I said, "Yeah, she got a huge head." So I thought it was from my son, but I think it was from Papa too. Yeah, we cracked some jokes, had some fun. I'm always going to do that.
Well, there's a lot of people looking forward to seeing you.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing them too, and I can't believe Give Sing Go just started.
Yes.
I saw
Yes.
your face when they told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, on the way here, was that Loudon County with that
Yes.
sheriff
Yeah.
passing your pickup truck and just thumbs up.
Yeah.
By
Loudon County.
Loudon County.
What a swamp, Loudon County.
Yeah.
And then what your was it the GoFundMe account? $17,000 in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Gifts and go.
Gives him go. Yeah.
It's 20 something now.
Yeah, it's over 20 now.
Yeah.
It's just mind-blowing.
And it was instant. By 6 o'clock, it was $5,000.
But we don't want you back in prison for another $20,000.
$20,000, man, I could go to prison 2 or 3 more times.
That might be where you need to go get a night's rest.
No, it was
No.
horrible. Somebody said this, he's probably having a good time. Nobody's knocking on his truck door. I was like, no, I was not having a good time. It was horrible. Miserable. I am exhausted. I was exhausted going in. I'm really exhausted now. So, but it was, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot worse. I'm just thankful. God is good. They could have kept. I thought they were going to keep me through the weekend. I thought that was the plan. And a good judge came up, and I got a $500 bond, but I don't have to pay it unless I don't show up. It's sometime in August. That's not that far away, really, is it?
No, it's not.
But I'm going to Maryland Monday.
Okay.
I'll be rearrested there.
Can we convoy there? I think that we
Do a
need
slow
to
roll there.
we need to do a convoy there.
But anyway, Monday they'll rearrest me, and he told me, this is the officer, the detective that I talked to last night, really nice young man. He said, you come in early, you'll be here by 8, that way you can hit the court docket early, and you won't have to spend the night in jail. I was like, thank you for that information, I appreciate that. So I got arrested about 8 o'clock, 8:15, something like that. But by the time I got to the jail, wasn't that much later. I'd already missed. You know, it's a big deal. They got us up like at 5 o'clock this morning to take us over, so I had missed it. At first, I thought, no, you don't miss it at 8 o'clock in the morning, but it was a big deal, and I had to. Actually, I was turned over to U.S. Marshals. They do all the extradition stuff, and one of the U.S. Marshals came up and was talking to me. Actually, he's the one that shut me down, patted me down, and he said, "What they charge you with?" And I said, "Traffic violation." He goes, "I know you." See, I've been following you. And then after I got in, they put me and one other guy in one of the cells. It was a big holding cell. There was just 2 of us in there. He come up and talked to me about 20 minutes. Really nice young man. Law enforcement is what we've been with this. That's why we got to treat them with respect. We don't want to drive them away from our movement. We have to, because they are right now. They feel like they're being forced to carry out things they really don't want to carry out. This year they had to. It was only right to do so. This is, but they're also being asked to do things that they didn't sign up to do. That's why you that were with me on 270 when I was driving away from them, I told them, I said, we're out here fighting for your rights too. We want you to be able to be the police officer that you wanted to be the first time you put that uniform on.
Yeah.
Every one of them officers had a completely different idea on what they were going to be as a police officer than what they're actually on now. They wanted to help people. They got servants' hearts, and they love to be servants. They love to work for other people. They love to help other people. But because of the political climate that we're in now, they're being asked to do things that they know they shouldn't be doing. But it's how long did it take us to wake up? How long did it take us to be willing to give it up? So they're just now starting to feel that same feeling that you felt, a couple of years ago. And they're just looking for somebody to lead them. And there will be somebody step up and say to all my officer friends, we've got to quit. We've got to quit this. And when that happens, then the powers that are trying to be tyrannical, that are being tyrannical, they lose their power. There will always be somebody that's willing to do that, because they believe like the power is winning. But these officers will stand up. I believe it with all my heart. These officers will stand up, and they will say enough is enough. We've already seen it like this county here. Had a young man stand here early on. He was talking to us and said, anytime they ask me to do something that's unconstitutional, I will take off my badge and I will take off my gun. I will not do it. So, but he's got a good sheriff that's teaching him the Constitution. But anyway, as of Monday, as for Monday, the only thing I've really got on the books right now is going to Maryland and trying to get this dealt with. And how much other fines? I'm assuming I got the same thing that D got.
Well, you had them first. There's criminal charges and traffic violations. The difference is he has an inactive case. They're not listed as tracks. They're saying they're there. We can't find them. They're not there.
Looks like yours was.
When I called, they said there was one. When Dee called me, there's 3. Disorderly conduct, peaceful, disturbing the peace, and impeding traffic.
I had one also, failure to follow the.
All right. Well, there's a difference between traffic violations and criminal charges.
Okay.
So there's 6 total. So there's 3 traffic violations and then 3 criminal charges.
So, okay. We knew that going in. Every one of us knew going in that this was the possibility. And so here it is. It is a reality now. I just wished I'd have known it before that cop came up and said, I got a warrant for your arrest. could have told me, I'd have showed up. It did, you know, but that's not what they wanted. They wanted this dog and pony show.
They wanted to make it.
Yeah, and they thought that we would go off on them. They thought that we would
Not only go off, but go away. Ain't going.
They're all waiting for you.
This morning before they put the cuffs in Big D, one of them turned around and said, "Put the cuffs on, or you guys got to come with your backs."
There's only 3 cops that showed up.
You were
We
really.
informed them this, yeah.
We won't have to
But that wasn't the only reason supposed to have hearing.
What's that?
That wasn't the only reason why they were here.
Or was it?
They said they were here for the purpose of the sun.
I wasn't here, so it wasn't me.
No.
But,
No, it wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't you.
so anyway, we just got to remember to keep her calm, keep her cool, and stay peaceful. You know, if we have to go to jail, we have to go to jail. Just, you know, I've said all along, the American people will stand behind us if we stay peaceful, and they are. They are.
You know what I said was, all the lefties and all the big wigs sitting in there after this right steps for a very long time. But they don't realize in this little tiny group here that they're just anti, on the law. Well, guess what? We have some people sitting in air-conditioned offices too.
We do.
Yeah, we do. So
We got
get
some
ready.
truck drivers. I've seen some videos. Sean put out a video. I haven't got to watch it all. It's like 15 minutes long. But man, he's rallying the troops. So I love what he said. He said, "You guys said they weren't going to do anything. You weren't going to be a part of a parade again, and blah blah blah." I said, "Well, obviously now they're doing something, so it's time for you. Your excuses are running out. It's time for you." You know how Sean talks. I mean, Sean he's just really open and forthright. So. But Sean, we love you, buddy. We love you. Appreciate you. Anyway, it's as my good friend always says, a great philosopher. Everything's going to be just fine.
Yeah, that's how.
I've seen it. It's in writing too. Yeah. So everything's going to be just fine.
I think it's a new quote. I've never heard that one before. What's a new one?
Well, Raptor did an excellent job taking care of things in your absence.
Well, good.
He really stepped up to the plate, and he did a wonderful
That was
job.
good, man. I was
Yes.
thinking on the way here, I've been literally on the phone all but maybe the last 20 miles. And I was starving. Oh my goodness, I was starving. So I stopped, got me something at McDonald's real quick. And I ate too much and I ate too fast. And so anyway,
That's a best of it.
I might need it tonight. But I thought, man, I'm calling Raptor. So hopefully on the way back before I fall asleep, I knew. I wish they'd have kidnapped me before they had lobster. I've never had lobster. I mean, I've had like lobster. I've always wanted one of them Maine red lobsters. You know, you join and pick it out and have them cook it for. I've never had one. I've always, it's a bucket list thing of mine. So, being in jail was not on my bucket list. For some reason, that was never made it to my bucket list.
I know you're scared. I know you're scared.
I might be going tomorrow.
Yeah, we're worried about Bob too.
We miss our Santa. We didn't go in with him.
I thought you were having to go back to Pearl.
I'm leaving tonight.
Are you? Okay.
I'm going to drive, and my wife's going to go down with me and sort this situation out. But I will be back.
You will be back. Yes, you will.
I really believe I really got 2 options, that I put together. What they're going to do.
When they let us out,
Well, just stay in touch with all of us.
turn around. Just for a second, I called some of the people's faces.
Hippie will
and I
know
said,
everything.
Okay.
They had masks on. I
They'll
was
see.
like, where are you?
Them
Yeah,
two.
I said, that looks like Joe. I'm like, Joe's not even here. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, Joe's here.
Yes.
So, and Quincy's here. And a new guy just came in that I had never met before. He told me his name, but I can't remember what it was now. But so it was good to see everybody. I look back and saw all those people. I'm like, oh my goodness. guys. They found me. I was like, how'd you guys find me? I didn't even know where I was. I had no idea until I walked out the front door. And I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of.
Yeah, last night we were told that you were going to be brought up here tonight.
Yeah. Well, what was supposed to happen was that hearing this morning was an extradition hearing, and the judge could have put me back in jail and waited for Maryland. Maryland has 3 days to come and get me and take me back. So.
Bob has something to tell you.
I was like, as soon as you were arrested, all of our numbers just started exploding on our Facebook pages and our live feeds, and
I actually have viewers now.
Like I was saying,
Follow
It
they
just-
do to hurt us. You know?
My phone hasn't stopped ringing.
I don't know when they're going to learn that. Don't learn that. Just keep on doing what you're doing.
And it was cool last night. I mean, I didn't sleep all night. There was 3 or 4 of us just kind of kept eyes out. There were cops at one time.
Everywhere.
I think there was 11 cops parked all around that area, just watching. They didn't bother.
And we
us at all.
were escorted
It's more
out
for our
when we drove
protection.
back here. We were escorted out all the way to the bridge.
I really do believe that they want us. They want to help us.
Yeah.
They don't want to arrest us. I really feel that. And so tomorrow when I talk to him, we'll figure out, what we need to do. But the other thing is I know that with every protest, if they don't listen to us, and I believe what's happened so far will get us the attention that we've been praying for.
Oh yeah.
That senators and representatives are going to start to contact us.
15K in my
So,
room yesterday.
I believe that's, everything happens for a reason, I did not want to do the protest on July 4th. I didn't want to do, I hate that kind of protest. I abhor that kind of protest. But it had to be done, it just had to be done because we're being ignored by the mainstream media.
Not so much anymore.
Not now.
Oh, they showed up after you were gone.
I've read most of the articles and they like watched them all. They even watched Rogan.
The Washington Post wrote a whole big article.
There's one good one out from Fourth, though. There's one good one out. A little bit. Yeah, it's good. It shows you our line. It shows it's coming up. It's not negative.
Which one was that?
7, I think. I have it. I ABC 7, I think.
So we just carry on.
It was good. It was good.
Just keep pressing forward.
If we left here, would you get some sleep?
Trying to get news.
No, I'm waiting on Oreo. He's coming to get me and take me back. So,
So I sent a long way.
Yeah, she said Peter cut out her
A long way right away. This year after. I'll see you get me back on. And what happened? There was mail and somebody wants you on the office. He told me about it. Tell him and we had a limited couple. So those two. So those are 2 big ones. They'll still get you back on every day. They'll do it right away.
What can we do to help you from here on out? I mean, we've held the line. Several of us stayed last night.
I appreciate
And
that.
yeah,
I
we
was
weren't
worried.
leaving.
I thought, they may go home.
Oh no! Oh my God, no! I had a hard time finding
A
somebody.
lot. Some did, but your diehards. We hung in there, and we were there.
We saw what happened yesterday morning. We found a way back up here last night. We were the only live streamers here to Oreo and everybody got back last night. Yeah.
Thank you. I love every one of you.
Love you too.
All right. We love you too, baby.
We don't want no clothing or Stockton.
We don't want no clothing or Stockton.
All right, everybody. So that was Santa, of course, and he has just returned. He's going to be picked up by Oreo and go back. I wish we had our vehicle packed and ready to go so we could convoy back with them, but we had to get a good sleep, and so we're gonna start packing up, and we'll head back to downtown DC, and I'll see you all there, and I will probably be live streaming going back in. Thank you for that, Brad. Everybody, yes, please smash the like button, share. I appreciate that.
You got a new viewer too.
Yes, I
She
do.
looked up Jen, the other Jen, and she found you.
Oh, wow. So if y'all don't know, This is Bobby. I call her Bobby the Hammer. She is my admin, and she's the one that's gonna keep this channel nice and clean and follow the Christian faith. We're not gonna have any trash talk in here. It's gonna be a nice, clean channel that everybody can watch. Isn't that right? Yeah. So
I think that's the way it should be with every live from here on out.
I agree. I agree. And it's going to be a channel that is going to represent the people. Liberty. The reason I named it Liberty's Voice was to give each one of you a voice. And so, yeah. All right, everybody. I've got to start packing up. Miss Bobby here. We've got to do some work on her car so that she can get home. We kind of overslept a bit, and it was the AC. It was so nice and cool in there.
I didn't know what time you went to bed, so
yeah.
it said 6 hours.
Yeah.
I was up there watching all that.
Yeah. So, and I didn't want to go and wake Bob up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll get home at 5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. Be to work by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll
But
be okay.
so, all right, everybody, we're going to sign off, and I'm going to get myself a little something to drink. I'm thirsty, and snack, and then start cleaning the truck out and getting it a little more organized. And I would have to say, there's not enough room in that cab to sleep right now. My feet have to go on the dash, and yeah, it's just not fun. So I'm going to get to work. All right, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. You know, go over to the Facebook page, and you know, we'll talk tonight. And those of you that know me, you're welcome to contact me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Well, that was meant to be.